should welcome my blade.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you missed in Dune.
That means the Bene Gesserit have been at work here.
For this list, we're looking at the Easter eggs, small details, and connections to the source material that might have flown under your radar in this 2021 adaptation of Frank Herbert's sci-fi novel. Did you catch any little details in Dune? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. A deep message. Before the Warner Brothers logo appears, Dune catches the audience off guard with an ambiguous caption. Dreams are messages from the deep. The text is only made more jarring due to the deep throat singing in the background. Actually, what you're hearing is the Sardaukar language.
Just so?
As for the caption, that can be interpreted in a few ways. The dreams refer to Paul's visions of possible futures. The deep may allude to the vast desert of planet Arrakis. However, the deep could also stand for the past, as it's later revealed in the source material that Paul's prescience isn't limited to the future. His powers extend to the past and the now. Thus, the message could be read as visions are messages from the past.
Get off me! You did this to me! You Bene Gesserit made me a freak!
Number 9. What blue eyes you have.
Long exposure to spice has given the tribe their characteristic blue eyes, the eyes of Ibad.
The Fremen inhabitants of Arrakis stand out with distinctive blue eyes known as Eyes of Ibad. Their blue within blue eyes are a result of exposure to the spice, which runs rampant throughout the planet. In one of his visions, Paul's brown eyes are traded in for a pair of blue eyes just like the Fremen's. In another vision, Paul sees Lady Jessica and her newborn baby with blue eyes as well.
Some things, though, are crystal clear. I can feel it. I know you're pregnant.
While Paul's visions don't always come to fruition, it's safe to say that he won't be leaving Arrakis anytime soon. So we'll likely see Paul and Jessica develop blue eyes by part 2. The blue eyes also hint at Paul's prominence among the Fremen, as he evolves from a stranger to their leader. Number 8. Thufir Hawat's Mentat background. Denis Villeneuve thankfully doesn't spend too much time explaining every detail of this universe. Unless you've read the books though, there are several character quirks that might have left you puzzled. For example, when Leto Atreides inquires how much it will cost the Emperor's Herald and Company to travel to Caladan, Thufir Hawat's eyes suddenly turn completely white.
How much will it cost them, traveling all this way for this formality?
3 guild navigators, a total of 1.46 million, 62 salaries round trip.
Faster than it would take us to look something up on Google, Hawat gives the precise amount. Like Piter de Vries of House Harkonnen, Hawat is a Mentat.
My lord, you gave your word to the witch, and she sees too much.
I said I would not harm them, and I shall not. But Arrakis is Arrakis.
To call Mentats human calculators would be an understatement. Not only do they possess incredible intelligence, but great memories, cognizance, and organizational abilities as well.
Our plan bears fruit.
But it will take time.
Yes. It will take time.
Rather than spell this all out, Hawat's background is summed up with a simple gesture. Number 7. Jason Momoa's nod to his son. Jason Momoa dedicated one of Duncan's fights to Khaleesi, having just watched the Game of Thrones series finale.
I just saw the season finale of Game of Thrones last night. This fight's for you, Khaleesi.
In another showdown, Momoa snuck in a reference to his son, Nakoa Wolf. Momoa can be seen employing the Kali martial arts technique, which derives from the Philippines. Although Momoa hadn't engaged in much Kali training before signing on, his son knew a fair deal about the technique.
No! Duncan, no!
Before his last stand against the Sardaukar, Duncan puts his hand to his heart and then to his head. Although this is directed at Paul in the film, Momoa said it was truly meant for his son. Oh, and if you thought Momoa needed more screen time, Duncan can always come back as a Gola, artificial replicants of the departed. Number 6. the Sook with the diamond tattoo.
I'm sorry, my lord. But I've made a bargain with the Baron.
In one of the film's most shocking moments, Dr. Wellington Yue lowers House Atreides' protective shields, enabling the enemy forces to attack. While Yue gives Leto a poisoned tooth to use against the Baron, his betrayal still comes as a massive blow, even with the knowledge that he did it out of love. Yue's traitorous turn is only made more tragic when you consider the black diamond tattoo on his forehead.
Dr. Yue.
The traitor? What do you want?
I jammed their comms and lowered their shields. I delivered the Duke and his family.
The bargain to the letter.
This symbol is part of the imperial conditioning that students receive at the Sook Medical School. To take a human life would strictly go against everything the imperial conditioning stands for. When Yue sides with the Baron, he doesn't just betray House Atreides, he betrays everything his tattoo represents.
I said I'd set her free. That you could join her. So join her.
Number 5. How about those bulls? You might have noticed that House Atreides has an unusual bullfighting decor. A statue of a man fighting a bull can be spotted under a portrait of the Old Duke, Leto's father and Paul's grandfather. The Old Duke's grave depicts a similar image. It's mentioned shortly after that the Old Duke fought bulls for sport and paid with his life.
I've been training my whole life. What is the point if I'm not allowed to face some
know
actual
why,
risk?
Paul? You're the future of House Atreides.
And grandfather fought bulls for sport.
Yes. Look where that got him.
This wasn't just any bull, however. It was a Seleucid bull. Native to Seleucus Secundus, these bulls possess 2 brains and several horns, although they appear to only have 2 horns in Villeneuve's film.
Thought we'd have more time.
After the Old Duke died in battle, the bull responsible was condemned to death. House Atreides keeps the bull's head as a trophy, even taking it with them to Arrakis. Number 4. Baron Channels Brando.
My desert. My Arrakis. My Dune.
Dune is full of impressive makeup effects, although Stellan Skarsgård's transformation into Baron Vladimir Harkonnen is the most jaw-dropping. Makeup artist Donald Mowat cited Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now as an inspiration for the Baron's design. Like Colonel Kurtz, the Baron is bald, overweight, and constantly hidden in mysterious shadows.
Now squeeze, Rabbit. Squeeze hard.
Yes, Uncle. And the vermin.
Kill them all.
Both characters have similar introductions, with one shot in particular seemingly paying direct homage to Brando's legendary performance. Talking to Dave Bautista's Glossu Raban during a steam bath, the Baron rubs his meaty hand down his bald head. This is almost identical to a gesture that Brando makes during his iconic errand boy monologue.
Did they tell you?
Mowat also considered Brando's performance in The Island of Dr. Moreau. Hey, that's another classic novel Villeneuve should try doing justice. Number 3. No artificial intelligence. Whereas many other sci-fi properties can come off as generic-looking, Dune is among the most distinctive. Part of that is because there's no artificial intelligence to be found in Villeneuve's film. There isn't even a computer in this futuristic setting. That's not to say that AI is foreign to the Dune universe. Long before the film's events, humans relied heavily on thinking machines, which ranged from computers to robots. The over-reliance on thinking machines amounted to the Butlerian Jihad, an extended period of war. This ultimately resulted in the destruction of thinking machines, with the Mentat serving as replacements. Some computers with limitations can still be found, although AI remains banned, enforcing the mentality that man may not be replaced. Number 2. Possible timelines.
All your wars spreading across the universe like an electrical fire.
Although Paul can see the future, Not everything is set in stone. Paul trains under Jamis in one vision and gets stabbed by him in another. Not long after meeting Jamis in person, though, Paul puts him down with a crysknife.
Climb up, rise.
This suggests that Paul's visions are only potential glimpses into his future. In one possible timeline, Jamis became Paul's mentor and friend.
You have much to learn. I will show you the ways of the desert. Come with me.
Jamis instead chose a path that resulted in his own demise. In a way, however, Jamis still showed Paul the ways of the desert. Jamis' death marks a significant turning point in Paul's journey, as he's accepted by the Fremen and begins to learn their ways. So, even when a vision is deceiving, there can be truth beneath the surface.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. A Tale of Two Pauls.
All Atreides must die. For Kwisatz Haderach to rise.
While Dune has received widespread acclaim, some have called the ending abrupt. It might not build to the giant battle we're used to seeing in sci-fi epics, but Villeneuve actually picked an appropriate point to conclude Part 1. Although he emerges victorious from his fight with Jamis, this is essentially the end of Paul Atreides' story.
My road leads into the desert.
Not long after this point in Herbert's novel, he adopts the name Paul Muad'Dib. Dune Part 2, which has been officially greenlit, will likely center on Paul accepting the Muad'Dib moniker and his role as a religious figure. As a voice says during one vision, Paul Atreides must die for Kwisatz Haderach to rise. Paul Atreides may be dead, but Paul Muad'Dib's story is just beginning.
Desert power.
This is only the beginning.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.